How to survive the first 24 hours of World War III when the great is dead, your phone is a paperwork, and nobody's coming to save you. The missiles haven't even landed yet, but the world already over. No worries, we're walking through it, minute by minute, grit by grit, survival by survival. It starts with silence, not explosions, not sirens, silence. Your phone buzzes, emergency alert, then 50. The network chokes. The last thing you see, seek shelter immediately. Then nothing. The digital world just stops. Outside, traffic lights are dead. A few people stare at their phones like they're holding broken magic. Most people don't believe it, but you do. You're not panicking, not yet. Step 1, get inside, now. Your home, your basement, wherever you have walls, water, and a door that locks. Because in about 6 minutes, every grocery store in America becomes a gladiator arena. Step 2, fill every container you own with water, bathtub, pots, that weird vase from your aunt. When the power dies, so do the water pumps. No pumps, no pressure. You've got maybe 20 minutes before the taps run dry forever. You are racing the grid. Step 3, turn off the gas main. Pull the main electrical breaker. If a missile hits nearby, shock waves crack pipes, gas leaks, sparks fly. Your house becomes a Roman candle. Don't get killed by your own stove. 2 hours in, the streets are chaos. Grocery stores are cleaned out, not by looters, but by neighbors. Susan from book club just elbowed a teenager for the last case of water. You stayed home, smart, but now you hear it, a distant rumble, not thunder, bombers. They're hitting infrastructure, power plants, refineries, military bases. It's not about land, it's about systems. Take out the grid, hospitals go dark. Take out the water treatment plants, and cholera makes a comeback. You don't need to drop a nuke on every city, you just need to cut the veins. So, you make your home a hard target. Step 4, black out your windows. Tape, trash bags, cardboard. A lit window is a neon sign that says, I have something worth taking. You don't want visitors. Make it look abandoned, maybe even looted. Leave some empty boxes on the porch. The best fight is the one you never have. Fortify your doors. Replace the short screws in the hinges and strike plates with 3-inch hardened steel screws that bite deep into the wall studs. That's the difference between a locked door and a barrier. Now for the invisible threats. An EMP, an electromagnetic pulse from a high-altitude detonation, can fry everything with a circuit board within hundreds of miles. Your car, your computer, pacemakers. It travels faster than any surge protector you own. Step 5, build a makeshift Faraday cage. Grab a metal trash can, line it with cardboard so your electronics don't touch the metal. Toss in a radio, a flashlight, anything you need to survive. A steel ammo can also works. Just make sure the lid has a metal-to-metal connection. In a desperate pinch, use your microwave oven. The second invisible threat is disease. Your toilet won't flush. Don't use it. Start a 2-bucket system immediately. One for liquid waste, one for solid, lined with a trash bag and mixed with kitty litter or sawdust. Sickness will kill more people in the coming weeks than any weapon. You are your own first responder now. That first aid kit under your sink, it's useless. You need a trauma kit with tourniquets and chest seals. You need information. That radio you just protected, it should be a hand crank model that can receive NOAA weather alerts. It is your only link to the outside world. In these first hours, gather a small, trusted group of neighbors. A lone wolf is a target. A small pack that can stand watch in shifts is a fortress. The first 24 hours aren't about winning, they're about not losing. You've secured your water, fortified your shelter, and shielded your tools. You've survived the silence and the panic. You've made it through day 1. The hard part starts now.
6 hours in, the sun's setting, the power's still out. You're sitting in the dark, listening to a battery-powered radio you dug out of the garage. It crackles, static. Then a voice. Nationwide state of emergency, martial law in effect, remain indoors. Then static again. You don't know what's happening. Nobody does. The fog of war isn't just a metaphor, it's literal. Information is dead. The last thing the government wants is panic, so they tell you nothing. Silence is control, and right now, you're living in the gap between what happened and what they'll admit happened. Write down what you hear, timestamps, frequencies, exact words. Your memory will fail you under stress, but notes won't. In 3 days, when someone asks, what did they say about evacuation zones? You will have answers. Information becomes currency when everything else is worthless. Switch frequencies every few minutes. AM, FM, shortwave if you got it. Different stations go down at different times. Local news dies first. Federal broadcasts last longer. Ham radio operators? They'll tell you what's really happening. Unfiltered, uncut, and probably terrifying. If the broadcast suddenly switches languages or repeats the same message on loop, that's automation. The station's abandoned. Real humans stumble over words, cough, sound scared. That's how you know someone's still there. And if someone's still broadcasting, civilization hasn't completely collapsed. Yet. Your neighbor knocks. You don't answer. He knocks again, harder. I know you're in there. You got water? You stay silent. He leaves. For now. Trust is the first casualty of war. Yesterday, he borrowed your lawnmower. Today, he's calculating whether you're worth breaking in for. People don't turn evil. They just get desperate faster than you think. Step 6. Ration like a miser. You've got food, maybe a week's worth if you're lucky, 2 weeks if you're smart. But here's the math. If this lasts a month, you're already dead. So you ration anyway, because hope is cheaper than starvation. 1 meal a day, high calorie, low prep, canned soup, peanut butter, no snacking, no comfort food. This isn't a diet, it's survival accounting. Your body can survive 3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. Prioritize hydration over hunger. Thirst kills faster, quieter, and with less warning. A hungry person can think, a dehydrated one hallucinates. Eat fats and proteins first. They spoil faster without refrigeration. Canned goods last years. Your freezer's already thawing. That chicken breast will be toxic by tomorrow. Prioritize by expiration, not preference. Multivitamins aren't optional anymore. Malnutrition doesn't wait for starvation. Scurvy, beriberi, diseases you thought were extinct come back fast on a monotonous diet. 1 pill a day keeps the 18th century plagues away. Track every calorie like an accountant tracks cash. Write it down. You need roughly 1,200 calories minimum to avoid your body cannibalizing muscle. Go below that for too long, and you won't have the strength to survive when it matters most. Step 7. Make a DIY water filter. You've got water in the tub, but for how long? Grab a plastic bottle, cut the bottom off, flip it upside down, layer it, gravel, sand, charcoal from your grill, cloth. Pour questionable water through. It won't remove chemicals or radiation, but it'll catch dirt, debris, and some bacteria. Boil it after if you can. Heat kills what filters miss. No fire? No problem. Leave it in the sun. UV radiation does the work. Slower, but effective. Pro tip: activated charcoal from your water filter pitcher or even crushed up aquarium filter carbon works better than grill charcoal. It's porous. It traps toxins. If you got it, use it. If not, ash from hard wood will do in a pinch. Science doesn't care about convenience. It just works. In this new reality, knowledge isn't just power. It's the difference between a pulse and a memory.
Hour 12, the fear. Midnight, you haven't slept. Every sound is a threat. Every creak is a footstep. Every car door slam is a raid. You're not paranoid, you're aware. Because by now, the looting started. Not in your neighborhood, not yet, but close. You heard the sirens earlier, then they stopped. No cops, no ambulances, no one's coming. Here's what they don't show in movies. Society doesn't collapse in explosions. It unravels in silence. The law doesn't disappear. It just stops responding. And the space between illegal and unavoidable gets real narrow, real fast. Step 8. Secure your entry points. Barricade the doors, move furniture, nail boards, make it loud and slow to break in. You're not trying to make it impossible, just annoying. Looters want easy targets. If your house looks like a puzzle, they'll move on. Reinforce door hinges, not just locks. A solid deadbolt means nothing if 3 kicks rip the hinge screws out of the frame. Use longer screws, 3 inches minimum, straight into the stud. It's the difference between a door and a barricade. Step 9. Stay quiet, stay dark, stay boring. No fires, no candles near windows, no loud conversations. You're a ghost. Your house is a tomb. The less you exist, the safer you are. Even your smell matters. Cooking food sends signals half a block away. Grilling meat, you might as well ring a dinner bell. If you're heating something, do it fast, do it covered, and only when you have to. Step 10. Sleep in shifts if you're not alone. One person awake, always, listening. If you're alone, sleep light, near the door, with something heavy in reach. You're not a soldier, but tonight, you're a guard. Set up noise traps, tin cans on a string, gravel by the windows, anything that makes sound when disturbed. You don't need an alarm system, you need a warning. 2 seconds of heads up can save your life. Hour 24, the morning after. Dawn breaks, you're still alive. The street's quieter now. A few people are outside, talking in hushed voices. Someone's crying, someone's praying. You step out, carefully. The sky's hazy, smoke from distant fires. The air smells like burning plastic and regret. Check the wind direction. If smoke's blowing toward you, get back inside. Burning infrastructure means burning chemicals, plastics, oils, treated wood, God knows what else. Inhaling that cocktail is a slow-motion death sentence. Your neighbor, the one who knocked, is sitting on his porch. He looks at you, nods. You nod back. No words. What's there to say? This is day one. Not the end, not the beginning, just day one. You've got water for a week, food for 2 if you're careful, a radio that barely works, a filter made of trash, a barricaded door. You're not thriving, but you're breathing. And in World War III, that's a win. The survivors won't be the strongest or the smartest. They'll be the ones who adapted fastest, who stayed calm when others panicked, who made a filter out of a soda bottle while their neighbor was still refreshing Twitter. Evolution doesn't care about fairness. It rewards preparation. Start thinking in weeks, not days. This isn't a weather event. It's not a blackout. The infrastructure that took decades to build can't be fixed in a weekend. The grid, the supply chain, the normalcy, gone. What you do in the next 72 hours determines whether you see week 2. Here's the science nobody tells you. Modern war doesn't need to kill you directly. It just has to break the systems that keep you alive. No power, no water, no supply chain, no information. You don't die from a missile. You die from dehydration, infection, panic, desperation. But if you know the basics, water, shelter, silence, rationing, you buy yourself time. Time to adapt, time to think, time to survive. The world didn't end in 24 hours, but it changed, and so did you. No bottled water? No problem. Just science, scraps, and the will to see tomorrow. Welcome to World War III. Population uncertain.